Greetings, mortals. I am Natas, wanderers on the underworld, or specifically the ruler of Manga Hell, and today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of One Piece, chapter 1033. We die together. I guess we died together. I mean, the last chapter did end with Luffy being seemingly defeated, but I guess we died together this time. So yeah. Anyways, the first page we get is actually the continuation of the journey. Is that we have the page just being arriving at the Whole Cake Island, where it seems like Brule is explaining something to Oven while he's carrying the German book as they are going to the chateau. I'm not sure if she just explained to him what measures they took to for the security or something, because I mean the whole cake is kind of like in crumbles and all and cake like. So yeah, we'll see what meaning. Or they could just have a general conversation at this point. I'm not sure. We're gonna see. So yeah. Anyways, we can start with the purple chapter. We see the continuation of the last chapter where we have the blow hitting Luffy and that's sending him down as there's like an overwhelming blow to Luffy as he's going down and it's like oh. I think we see Kaido's face even more in the spin than the last chapter was as the hit goes around and just sends all of your breath out as Luffy opens his mouth like cough and like shakes blood. Then we see a shot of Carlos holding a cannonball. Then we get the CP9 member just getting like, well, I'm that. As then we see Carlo panting a bit. As we see Luffy on the ground as all the rubble. Then we see that top hat CP9 member, the guy who was, largely out of the frame for now, just looking up, thinking to himself, yeah, I'm guessing it's over. Then we see Luffy expelling all the air, like, and he kind of goes into the air, kind of. Where he's in a way kind of going to the heaven or something. As Kyle just looks up, it's over again. Then we see Moscow be like, what? Luffy's voice, it's gone! Is that saying Luffy's dead or just like, he's defeated? It's kind of hard to tell with some mangas like this. So, anyways, then we have Luffy falling back to the ground as then we see Kyle be like, oh, and he's like, huff, huff. As we see Luffy on the ground, his eyes blacken out, like no life at all whatsoever, like a corpse basically, which may mean that Luffy's dead. Anime protagonist dead levels. And then we have the narrator coming out, it's like, Skull Dome, Rooftop Battle, Victor, Kaido, King of the Beasts. Finally, a fucking villain has won something in his fucking raid. Like, my god, this has to be like one of the most one-sided heroes beat the villain things ever. If it told like this chapter with Kaido. I mean, seriously, I know there are groups of villains who get defeated even easier, but those are usually low tier villains at the moment to show off the power-ups. But this is finally something that means something. Anyways, there we have Kaido look at CP9 member as he's like kind of not sure what emotion he's supposed to be having, but he's like, "Oh, do you know what you've done?" As then the CP9 member is just like gets his head ready, puts it down, just kind of stands still as Kaido gets in front of him, gets the bug ready, and slams down at him. And there's like a nuke. Like this attack seems to have been 10 times bigger than the one actually against Luffy here. Like, uh, yeah, not 10 times bigger, but seemingly equal, either equal as big or a little bit bigger than that one actually. So yeah, like things are not looking good. That guy's almost guaranteed to dig that. Anyways, then we get the roof finally collapses as some of the beast powers like, whoa, there's no end to it. As then we have the CP9 member looking through the window in the balcony wherever he is. He just grabs his hat and tips it to their masked boss because he knows what just happened and he knows it's just over. And it's kind of like a last sign of respect, like, you did your job, you hated that part of the mission, but you at least did it. So yeah, I guess now he's gonna go report the situation to the rest, to the Gorosei. Anyways, then we see a random samurai coming to Komatsu. He's like, Komatsu-san, the scene is coming down. As we finally see Komatsu being back in the frame, as we see Komatsu, who I guess lost his eye or something because his eye's bandaged. It's like thousands of our comments are still in there. If only we weren't up in the sky. There's no water around here. As then we see like a bunch of fire erupting. As then we have someone saying, we can't do anything to quell these flames. Everyone, please find a way out. There's no honor in burning alive. Riser's being pissed joke right now, like everyone does it, which I don't want if the anime is actually going to include a fill scene where Riser's going to be like, why do I have a weird feeling like someone just said there's no honor in dying by fire? So I guess, no, the samurai are going to be like, oh shit, we all want to die. I mean, seriously? So, anyways, then we have a blast coming from air as some of the beast bars are hit. It goes like, oh, as we see a bunch of the samurai being killed. And then we have one of the samurai like, oh, Kaido-sama! Oh, I guess beast bar in this situation. As then we have Kaido appearing in his giant dragon form, and he's just done with everything. As he's just like, where is your leader? Make that brat Momonosuke declare his surrender. Straw Hat Luffy is that. If any of you still wish to fight, step forward now! And we see everyone just kind of scared and shocked. Even the beast pirates are a bit like that. So and then we see a few of their gift. So we see a bunch of random beast pirates. We're like, yeah, he's done it. It's total victory for Kaido-sama. After pretty much everyone else was already defeated, but yeah. So anyways, then we have some of the sound be like, it can be. You young Straw Hat couldn't have. As then we have last time Straw Hat Yas' voice has vanished. So yeah. Anyway, as he's on saying where he was saying before, as Luffy Kid is also there, is then we have kids being like, looks like we were kidding ourselves. As in, Lars like, this is a bitter pill to swallow. I've got nothing left. Yeah, sure you don't. So anyways, then we have Chopper crying like, "Wow, Luffy's been killed." Oh no, he's not overconfident. Like, wasn't he like one of the in the beginning of the story, in the beginning of the arc, one of the members was like, "This happens about every 2 arcs. You get used to it after a while." Just gotta find how Chopper's now crying his eyes out. Anyways, then we have Nami's like, "Don't go out there, yo." Actually, no, I think that's supposed to be Marco. As then we have kind of Nami saying, "We can't let that oversized snake get away with lying like that." Well, to be fair, it's not mentioned that he defeated him, not the Beast Pirates, but yeah. So I Nami like, big bro. And then we have Nami's coming to Kaido. It's like, Luffy can't have lost. He's not dead. It's impossible. Well, if you go by anime's tropes, then sure it is. So, anyways, then we have be like, so some still want it, let their spirits break. And then we have Nami screaming like, liar! I don't believe you! Which, the funny thing about this, it seems like Nami is actually was more skilled ulti than Kaido in this situation, by the looks of stuff. So, anyways, then we have Kaido getting his ball ready to attack Nami, but then Marco shows up. He's like, get down! And Nami's like, yeah! And then we have Kaido be like, well, Marco's like, don't give up, not until it's all over. And then we have Nami be like, Luffy. As they have those screaming, Onigashima will now land on the flower capital without delay. You'll find I won't be as soft as Orochi was. This country is just a giant weapons factory to me. I don't care if they are women or children. Everyone here is my slave. You'll be free to drop that after your bodies can't take it. They can't take any more work. It's how you live the rest of your miserable lives. After all, I can always replace you when they're gone. You choose to oppose me, facing my wrath now should come as no surprise. This is what it means to lose in a war. You gamble with your rights and dreams. Which, my god, is kind of right now. Wow, talk about being pissed at his victory. Like Kaido is literally this is literally someone who's very angry with something and he just wants to like let his rage out on anything he can. And since there's no one to let his rage out against, I guess now he's just gonna be screaming out. which actually does make me wonder how he would be screaming if they just if they just kind of surrender at this point. Like, would he just be screaming and ranting about everything? Like, would he just go like through all of his officers and Big Mom being defeated or something? So yeah. Anyways, then we get one to sound be like, please no, spare my wife and child. I guess they're finally realizing, oh shit, we can actually lose here. Which is kind of a nice thing since, they went taking things going a little too easy for them. Like, this actually does feel like, oh yeah, we are in danger type of thing. So anyways, then we have Kaido screaming, bring me Momonosuke! This doesn't end until then! So yeah. Oh, to be fair, Kaido, you can't just fly outside. I mean, Momonosuke is very visible. I'm sure you can use your Haki to get there. So yeah, anyways, then we see some random beast pirates be like, hee hee hee, now's our chance. Kid and La take their hats, they are at the end of their rope. As then we see Kid and La noticing them. As then we we have a few of them going there to cut their hats off. As they scream, you may have beaten Big Mom, but Kaido is tougher than a fortress. To be fair, Big Mom is also tougher than a fortress from what we've seen from BJ, but yeah, whatever. Well, whatever makes you happy. So as then you have uh, as then we have the Beast Pirates or saying, you never had a chance. And some of the kid and hot parts like, protect the captains. I guess maybe they're all agreeing on or we have to keep them safe. So yeah. Anyways, then we cut to a bit more outside as we have Momonosuke, Nikamushi and Kakaroto running is like, they done something good, let's go. And Momonosuke's like, right. And then we have Nikamushi screaming, meow. Then we get our castle interior in basement as we see some of the beast pirates on the damage and crying as someone helping each other up. As then we have someone screaming, nothing but flames everywhere, cough, cough. Is there a way out? Look for an exit. As we hear more crumbling, as then we have a kid assembling himself his a new metallic hand. As then we have a kid saying, I'm fighting Trafalgar. Surrendering or letting him kill us are both out of the question. As Goliath just puts his sword back up like, damn strawhead, yeah, hoof, hoof. So yeah, I guess if Goliath is out of his combat, I'm guessing Kid is actually a bit more impressed in this situation. So yeah, anyways, then we have if Moses screaming, don't be absurd, what can I do against someone Luffy lost to? As then we have Yamato screaming, you can fight until your last breath. It isn't that the way of the samurai? To be fair, judging by Kaido's reaction, he just would find that ridiculous. Anyways, then we have Yamato screaming, it's not us, then who everyone else is at their limit. Even Kaido must be feeling like by now. Which is true, I mean, Mako was able to protect it, but Kaido had really no rest, if we're being totally honest to ourselves. While everyone else, these had like some time, but they were just like, running around, not like exhausting themselves. So yeah, anyways, then we have Mercy screaming like, that would be just be throwing away more lives. It pains me to admit this, but if Luffy's gone, our only option is to yield. And then we have Yamato actually pulling Momonosuke's hair, and she's like, I am not letting that happen. They'll live, and then what? They'll be slaves until the day they finally die from exhaustion. In the end, surrendering won't save anyone. Which is true. Then we have Momonosuke hearing something, or realizing something, or maybe the words just hit Yamato, the words Yamato was using hit Momonosuke very deeply, as Yamato's like, all the Daimyo that allowed Orochi to have his way went to their graves full of regret. Everything Wano endured for the past 20 years was for the sake of this battle. Even if we surrender, it's our only option. I'd rather we die together. Referencing the title of the chapter. And then we have Momonosuke taking what Yamato says. We see a bit of a clash between the Beast Fighter and the Samurai. Then we see a similar shot of Yamato. As then we see cut to the floor where we see Kaido destroying the ground as where some of the samurai are. Then we get a shot of the Onigashima. I guess it's still somewhat intact, surprisingly enough. Then we cut to the top of Onigashima as we see Luffy still lying there, completely blackout, with a frown on his face. And then we see Zunisha's face as it's saying something or thinking. As then we have Zunisha saying, Momonosuke. As Momonosuke's like, huh? As I guess he was going inside to fight, kind of something. As in Zunisha, I can hear it. As then we see, yeah, Luffy's hand starting to twitch. As Zunisha's like, it really takes me back. As then we have Yamato screaming, well, Momonosuke screaming, what do you mean, Zunisha? As Yamato's like confused a bit. As then we have Zunisha saying, Zunisha is approaching the, I don't know, really, I think just approaching it, seeing the Wano, I think some of the toy gates with the mountains. I think it was where the Straw Hats were at the beginning of the arc when they were got separated, honestly. As they were just saying, I can hear the drums of liberation. This is the first time in 800 years. He is there without a doubt. As Momonosuke is just like, who is? As Nurisha's eyes light up as he says, Joy Boy, he has returned. As the final page, the final panel of this chapter has Luffy having a grin on his face with a bit of air coming from his body, as his head seems to be becoming more of a liquid form, as the narrator ends it with a quiet smile. End of chapter, break next week. So yeah, ending it. I see we are ending our chapter off controversially with people ranting and raving or defending Oda like he's some god amongst gods. So yeah, now there are several things that more in-depth One Piece reviewers most likely already went to or already spoiled everyone or already posted their opinions on it. Where the question is basically like, alright, this is clearly supposed to. This is finally giving us some answers for the Joy Boy thing, as well as. Well, actually, one thing that it says is also the voice, the noise that's coming from it. But one of being Nika is the sun god Nika. But yeah. Now, the reason why there seems to be like a bit of a controversy here is probably because people are wondering, like, is this gonna be like the chosen one thing? Like, oh, this great chosen one has come here to stop it, all that. Now, to me, my professional opinion, is that this is just it depends on how Oda handles this. Like, this could easily be like Nika, like actually Joybay showing up, and having like the final battle with Kaido, which honestly, I mean, no, this is something that I'm not 100% sure on or I've actually heard, but this could actually have been foreshadowed a bit earlier with Jabba saying how there are devils living in devil fruits, and when you eat more than one fruit, that little devil jumps out, something like that. That little goofy explanation, the comedy explanation that Jabba gave. Now there is a possibility that that could have been more of like a somewhat of a foreshadowing to like Nika's or Joy Boy's soul in Luffy's Devil Fruit, and now that Luffy is dead, for the lack of a better word, so just out of it, Joy Boy's gotta take over the body and gotta do something, which some people saying good, some people saying bad, depends on who you ask. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Like, I kind of feel like that Luffy being out would make sense, especially since the narrator, and we kind of make logical to keep the trend this arc with, the Tobiopo get defeated. We get caption boxes. The Fukurokuju gets defeated. We get caption boxes. All stars get defeated. We get caption boxes. Barrel Sparrow gets defeated, we get the caption box. Big Mom gets defeated, we get caption box. So, in my opinion, it would make sense that we keep this trend going with Luffy being defeated and we get a caption box. With maybe the added bonus of Well, actually, no, very well. We didn't get caption boxes for Ulti and page one, but it doesn't really matter. Unless if Ulti is awakened user, but it's difficult to have that part. But yeah, anyways, it's possible. So I feel like we should keep that. So I'm kind of leaning to the whole Joy Boy thing, awakening something now. But I'm not exactly sure. Plus, it could also be kind of very wrong, and I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna go. Maybe unless if Joy Boy and maybe it's unless if Joy Boy is, it's very difficult to say. Like maybe like this is a reaction. I'm not sure if this is like a best place to express stuff like that. But needless to say is I'm and plus this is very vague. Like all I can tell is that maybe this is a Dark Awakening. So I'm not exactly 100% sure. But in short version is I'm gonna have to wait until like we get a picture of what's going on more in more clear detail before I'm gonna comment. Right now, all we have to know is with the Dark Fruit, something's going on with the Dark Fruit, and whatever is happening, Joy Boy had that went 800 years ago, and Zunisha may give us an explanation later. How crazy would it be if the next chapter actually straight up begins with with a bit of a flashback with Janisha and Joy Boy? That'd be like not much, still silhouette and all, but like imagine if we do start the chapter off like maybe like the final conversation between them or something. I don't know, it would just be kind of funny. But yeah, anyways, that's my reaction to this chapter. I hope you like this reaction. You leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future, and tell me in the comments below what did you think of this chapter. Did you like the ending? Did you hate the ending? What do you think this is gonna be ending good? Or generally just whatever your thoughts are. And that's it. I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.